Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hakim channel. Very special day. Grant reacts, and we're going to be reacting to something that I've been wanting to do for many, many months. I'd say even years. The Ricky Gervais show. Now, many of you, I'm sure, if you're watching this, have seen the Ricky Gervais show. I have not. The only Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington thing I've watched is An Idiot Abroad. I remember watching that show when I was I had been like fifth or sixth grade. I remember that was on Netflix in the U.S. And something about Carl Pilkington. He's just one of the funniest people I think I've ever watched in my entire life. And he's just naturally funny. He doesn't try to be funny. He's just, when he goes on those like moans and rants, it's just the funniest thing ever. And I have seen clips of the Ricky Gervais show online, but I've never properly sat down and watched every episode. So the plan is to go through every single episode of the Ricky Gervais show. I believe there's 3 seasons. And I can't wait to get started on this Ricky Gervais journey. If you are new to this channel, just tuning in, please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Like I said, we're going to react to this. We might do An Idiot Abroad as well, because I haven't watched An Idiot Abroad in like years. It's probably since I was in high school, many years. So we can do that as well once we finish the Ricky Gervais show. Expect these to drop maybe once or twice a week or so. But make sure you do follow me on social medias if you want. @Hakim's the Twitter, @_Hakim's the Insta and TikTok. If you want to get merch, join our Discord, or make a donation, all links will be in the video description. And enough jibber jabber by me. Let's get on to the reaction. It's going to be fun. Okay, so Ricky Gervais show. This is season 1, episode 1, The Space Monkey. Let's go.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
I'm so excited.
Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
All right. Love it. Here we go.
Now, you probably know me from such works as The Office and Extras, Stephen being my co-writer and co-director on those things. For those people who are not so aware of Carl Pilkington...
I've never actually sat down and watched the British Office before. Like I said, I've seen clips, but I've never sat down and watched it. I got to.
He was our producer, sort of given to us when we first started on XFM. And you're thinking, well, why are we doing a podcast? It's because I like to be in a room with Carl Pilkington. You know, like some people go and help sort of chimps.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, they go to the jungles and things.
And help out little sort of endangered
Diane
species.
Fossey or whatever.
Exactly.
You're very much the Diane Fossey of the Manchester scene.
Of the little bald mank world. And Carl Pilkington is an ongoing experiment for me, because I've seen him blossom from an idiot into an imbecile. And I want to see it through. Look at the way he's looking at us. Look at that. He's got a perfectly round head. And that's why I'm doing this
him and his head.
podcast. Carl, what do you think about all this?
For like An Idiot Abroad, he always tells Carl, "You got a head like a fucking orange."
It's just, I mean, we are living in that sort of era now, aren't we? That you need to be able to listen to stuff on demand when you want it and stuff.
I know you're not a fan of the iPod in general, are you? Or any of the MP3 things? You're concerned?
MP3.
I'm warming to it, but...
This is what's amazing about Carl. Even though he's talking about things like MP3 players, computers, iPods, he sounds like he was found in a glacier and thawed out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sort of taught to speak.
We're a couple of high school guys who found him, and we're trying to ingratiate him in the gang, trying to pass him off as someone from the modern day.
No, but my thing with iPods is, now, do we need them? Do you know what I mean? We're living in that era now where we have invented most of the stuff that we need, and now we're just messing about.
They said that in 1900. Someone actually said everything that's...
I kind of agree with Carl there. We have sort of invented... I think now we've invented basically the necessities of what we need. But yeah,
in 1900.
I mean,
Someone
true, you
actually
never know,
said
something new
everything
could
that's
happen.
to be invented has already been invented. They
What?
said that in 1900, and how wrong were they?
No, but what came out? At what point? What was invented in that year where they went, right, that's it now?
The 20th century. Think what happened in the 20th century.
Go on.
Well, planes.
Yeah, but is that a good thing? Planes and that. Do you need a plane really? Wouldn't it have been better if we
do
all
need
stuck
planes. You
where
gotta
we
get
should
around.
be instead of travelling
Do need
about?
planes.
War. Well look, war's happening, isn't it? Because everyone's saying, well, now we can fly, we'll go over there. And
So there were no wars prior to the invention of the aeroplane?
Not like there is today.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, the world's got smaller on it. Everyone's saying that, right?
Yeah.
The way I was saying to you the other day, we now go to places where we shouldn't go. People go on holiday to places where you've got to have an injection before you go there.
Yeah.
Forget it then.
Yeah.
That's a warning. Don't
Well,
go there.
I'm with you on that. I don't want to enter a country where I have to have an injection to stop me from dying while I'm in that country.
Right,
I
that's-
totally agree with you
Yes,
on that.
So
I
what
agree,
happened
I
is, so they
agree.
invented the plane,
You
and it's
shouldn't go
like, oh,
there.
let's go on holiday, and then they go, oh, they die now. Oh well, you've got to invent something. Let's invent an injection, and then it's like, right, well, what else do we need to go to that place? There's a lot of faffing. So what I'm saying is,
Is that a place? A lot of faffing.
Faffing.
what I'm saying
A lot
is,
of faffing.
Steve's travelled more than I have. You've been to like dangerous places.
I've been to places where you need injections, yeah.
Yeah, but why?
Because it's fascinating, isn't it? Don't you not believe in that idea of travel broadens the mind?
Oh, it's travel broaden the mind. Idiot abroad here. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been to a place where I've needed to get injected and gone. Let me know in the comment section if you've gone somewhere and needed an injection, but I would like to travel the world and see lots of places, especially like Jordan. Like I'd love to go to Petra in Jordan in the Middle East and check out that area. Even like India looks really cool. Some places in Africa. Like I would love to see everything. So yeah, I guess at my young age I wouldn't necessarily do that, but I think when I get older, I think I'd get a shot to go somewhere. But yeah, let me know in the comment section.
It makes you experience other ways of life, other ways of thinking. It just enriches you as a human being. That's the whole reason people go travelling.
Well, since the invention of the telly, you don't have to go that far to see
You're
it.
absolutely right.
So there you go then.
There you go.
The telly
Telly.
was the
Watch
20th
that
century,
TV.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So
Some good stuff.
where would you stop then? You'd stop making stuff now? Stop inventing stuff right now?
If we're going to invent something, right, forget like the traditional way of people having kids, right? The way they, have it away in that. You have a little
What do
kid.
you mean? What do you mean?
No, like the way that, we have kids and stuff. If it'd be good if what happened was to control it is if man and woman, right, they're born and that, they enjoy their life, they learn a lot, they live to be about 78, I think, by that point.
So specific.
Yeah, so-
No.
Okay.
Well, by 78, I reckon you've sort of got to that point where you go, do you know what? I've done everything I'm going to do. If you haven't bungee jumped by the time you're 78, you're not going to do it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like
Your hips
Fair
come
play,
off.
yeah.
you've done it all now,
Yeah.
and then you die,
animation.
right? So say if everyone had that, they live to be 78. But then just as you die, you have a little baby inside you, and as you die, your life carries on.
Sorry.
Wait,
Sorry,
wait.
are you mental?
No, but don't you think?
I mean, what? I've never heard such
You're
drivel.
saying that, but if Newton said it, you'd go, interesting. That's what annoys me.
I
The
love
point
it.
is, Carl, he never would.
No,
He'd
what?
never say it. That's the point.
But if you never say it,
I don't understand what you're talking about there. What? How was it? How is there a little baby and a 78-year-old?
No, what I'm saying is it's like an apple where the apple grows and it's got its little baby pips in it, and the apple goes and the seeds are planted and a new one's born.
But that's what happens.
But that is what reproduction is.
Yeah, but I'm saying babies aren't being born left, right, and centre. It's controlled so that as someone dies, someone's born.
But Carl, stop. Whose responsibility?
So he thinks that when we die, it should be like Russian nesting dolls. Like, so when we die, we unzip and another baby life form comes. I get what he's trying to say, but like so many people are being born every single day where like when someone dies, another person's being born. I'd say someone should look this up. When someone dies, on average, how many people are being born? It's got to be at least like tens of people are born for one person dying. It's got to be something crazy.
See, is
Look,
this?
if you don't want to do
But
it,
who's
we won't do it. But I'm
Is it
just.
supposed to be nature? Has nature got to develop humans so that we act that way? We live that way? Or is this a scientific experiment?
He said to you then, he said, look, if you don't want to do it, we don't need to do it. Like, if you were up for it, we'll sort it out. We can do that.
We'll have a whip round so we can do the research.
I just think, at the end of the day, we've got to do something. And is anyone keeping an eye on this and looking at what we can do next to control the population thing? It does my head in that I've got to live in London for work and what have you. And there's loads of people here. And, forget going out on a Saturday night, it's too busy. And you can't move, and they keep... I mean, what annoys me about London
So
is...
your solution is that 78-year-old women have little babies inside them, and as they slip away into death, the little babies... And how is that baby then raised? Who looks after the baby?
Because it's a pretty good system having a baby while you're young enough to look after that baby and make sure it lives to, reproductive age itself.
I mean, that system's been working for years.
Nature's sort of sorted it out. Natural selection and evolution sort of makes that a good model.
But wait a minute, nature. Pop that on hold, because Carl Pilkington's got an idea.
Yeah.
It was that's what it was, just an idea.
Yeah, well, it was nonsense. But thank you for it.
The worst nonsense. I mean, it was the ramblings of someone you'd find by themselves in a hospital eating flies.
This is the sort of thing you find when if they find maybe a pamphlet or a booklet written by a psychopath. Someone just before they went on a rampage and then turned the gun on themselves, they go through their possessions and they find a book and it's got weird drawings, women with knives in their face, and this kind of garbage.
In fact, I saw a similar sort of theory written out on a wall, but it was written in shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, all I'm saying is, I think it's when people die normally, everyone's fed up about it, aren't they, and a bit down. But if when you pass away, you go, oh, we're gonna miss Gladys or whatever. But then there's this new life brought in. It's almost like a bad news, good
but
news.
you're
Who
talking
takes
about
care
it
of
like
it?
someone could pick this idea up and run with
Who's gonna
it.
take
Like
care of
you've
the
given them
baby?
enough information to do it. How is this possible? Where does she get the baby from? Why does it grow? Why grow it in Gladys's belly? Why not have it in a drawer? Ready to go? Just add water. I mean,
Who looks after son of Gladys?
there is no theory here. There's no. It's the ramblings of a madman.
What I'm saying is, though, the body's always changing, innit? From caveman to now, or whatever.
In
It's
some
changing.
cases.
And they're always finding out more and more. Like I read the other day about how they're saying, do you know, like they say, people have 6 senses.
Yeah.
There's loads more than that. Right, and there's this one.
I say, show me that you've
What
got
are
one.
the other
No,
ones?
right, and there's this one that's knocking about.
Go on.
That what it is. Say if I'm in a pub, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just doing a crossword or whatever.
Unlikely, but go on.
Okay.
And there's some woman who's walked in, right? And she's staring at me.
Yeah.
I know she's looking at me, and I look up and I look round, she's looking at me.
Right.
And they're saying that's a new sense that they found out from, like, doing tests and what have you.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
And they're saying
That's
that's been
rubbish.
around
Well,
since,
it's like a
since
Spidey
like,
sense.
Man and Dinosaur was knocking about.
They've stopped.
No, they've
because you-
explained
I
it.
think it's safe to assume that, that with your perfectly round head, people are always stopping and
No,
looking.
but they explained
You
it.
just know that there's probably going to be someone there if you look
They
right.
said it's from the time when, like, caveman was, like, wandering about, and he'd go, hang on a minute. And he'd look round, there's a dinosaur there or whatever, and he'd
Right,
leg it.
this is nonsense.
It's
One.
not.
I hate it when people use the term when caveman was wandering around. Caveman and dinosaurs. Oh, they used to live together. Yeah. Oh, that's the same era. Yeah. What have you been watching? Raquel Welch.
What do you mean?
Well, what do you mean caveman wandering, knocking around with a dinosaur?
Yeah, they never
You know, the
existed.
Flintstones is only partly based on fact. Dinosaurs and man did not coexist. The dinosaurs had long gone before man arrived. Extinct. Kaput. You don't believe
Carl
us?
doesn't believe
Well, you
it.
don't believe because you've seen.
Because you saw that film where they took pictures of lizards and magnified them and put them next to men in film so they looked like they were fighting.
Yeah.
No, but why couldn't that have happened?
What is the film with Raquel Welch? A million years
10
BC.
A million years BC or
A
something.
million
yeah.
years BC. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
She had a sort of woolly mammoth bikini.
Oh.
Fact.
why wasn't the dinosaurs back then just like how we have dogs now, in a way?
He's watching the Flintstones.
He's watching the Flintstones.
Yeah,
He's thinking of the
Flintstones.
Flintstones. That's what he's
when
thinking.
he puts out
Yabba
the
dabba
saint-tooth
doo.
tiger.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Dido
And he
was
mixes
in.
his concrete in a pelican.
I just think that there must have been a crossover point
Why? Why did you say that? Why do you think there must have been?
There must have been.
Because if nothing was knocking about at any point, how did anything carry on?
I know. Exactly. Why didn't Hitler meet Nero? It's weird, isn't it? There must have been a crossover. They must have met somewhere. They must have met at a party somewhere.
They mixed in similar circles.
Hitler and Nero.
They must have bumped into... I can't believe it.
Yeah, forget it.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Well, now time for one of our regular features.
I love Carl. He has these theories and opinions, and he doesn't back down. He truly believes in them, and it's incredible. He's just an amazing human being. Amazing human. Sending love to Carl. He's the best.
Monkey news.
Do the jingle.
Monkey news.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
What's this going to be about?
What we're doing here is just giving you a bit of monkey news that's gone on, right? Where a monkey's been involved in it. Good little story in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the one that went into space? The first sort of thing they ever sent up there before man did it and all that. You see, this is what annoys me with it really. Armstrong gets all the glory, but do you know who went up there before him?
A monkey.
Yeah. And what happened is they taught it what buttons to hit at the time that it needed to hit them, and the way they did this was like give it bananas. It was like hit the red button, and it hit the red button, they'd give it a banana. Right. And they go, right, reverse is the green one, hit the green one, and then they do that and go, there's a banana. And then they go, right, hit reverse, and it go and get a banana. Right. Hit the red, so it was taking commands on like headphones.
Right, but how are they?
Have you learned to do radio?
How are they giving it the banana?
This reminds me, I don't know if you guys have seen the show Space Force, but there's an episode where Steve Carell's character is trying to guide a monkey at the International Space Station, trying to do a spacewalk basically, and it's kind of like what they just showed. Fantastic, check out Space Force. But I don't know. I never thought about who was the first being up in space, and I guess I've heard that they sent up monkeys before, but
what do you mean? No, this is before it went. You don't just go and put a monkey in it and go, there you go, get on with it. They sort of put him in one of them capsules that you get.
Yeah.
And they were on headphones.
I don't believe this happened.
Well, I'm telling you the story now. So the monkey.
I don't think they trained it to do anything. I think they sent it up there and he put electrodes coming out of it to see what.
It wasn't any of that. They did a thing like they do, like they can with animals. If you give something, like a treat, you can teach it how to do it. It's just like a dog, isn't it?
It's called Pavlovian conditioning. However, that was to see if it would salivate or go over to a particular corner, not if it could control a spacecraft.
Next one up. It's the next one up. As far as the monkey's not sat there going, oh, I'm a bit under pressure here, it's a rocket. All that's knowing is, I'm getting a banana if I hit that button. That's all the monkey's thinking about. Right?
They wouldn't put billions of space dollars.
But how can they be sure that it's going to press the button at the right moment?
Because it's got headphones on. It's not like willy-nilly. It's not just like pop it.
What's to stop it from just hitting it any old time? Because it's a monkey and it's not a human.
Because he's trained now. But anyway,
it's trained. It's fully trained. Yeah.
Go on. What happened is anyway.
Oh, this is absolute rubbish.
They pop the monkey in there.
Yeah.
He's got his headphones on. They're going right. Hit the green one, and I think there's something there that a little banana comes out to keep the same.
It's the green one.
I'm not. It's the same.
There's no way that they made a spacecraft that had a banana dispenser. Right, there's no way in this world that they made a spacecraft that could go into outer space, right? Manned by a monkey with a banana dispenser.
So you're saying that it's easy to send something up to space, but you don't believe there's a little banana machine?
Right, okay,
so it comes to the launch day, monkeys sat in there, everyone's ready, bananas are stocked
they're ready to go.
They go, right, hit the green button.
Banana,
and the rocket goes off and what have you.
No, they would not make the monkey launch the rocket. Carl, you are living in a cartoon world.
So the rocket goes off, right?
This is absolute bollocks.
It's all going well.
I don't know what you're going to... It's not going well. There's no way a monkey launched a rocket. There is no way a monkey launched a rocket, you idiot.
It's all going on. So they're going, hit the left button, and it goes left.
Left button! button.
The left
well
button.
known spacecraft command. This is Houston. Hit the left button. Oh, brilliant. This is what happened in Apollo 13. Hit the left button.
So it
You are. Oh,
it
you
goes
are.
left. Yeah, it goes left.
Goes
So
left.
it goes left, and it's going well.
Yeah.
No, the moon. You're going
goes,
right.
it goes for the moon. Everything's going well. They get up there. It does whatever it does. It reverse. It comes back. Right? So then.
You are, honestly, you are brain dead.
So it's
you are
like-
one of the most stupid people that I would rather have.
When you hit this chunk of rock, take a left, and then when you hit this other comet, take a right, and you'll land at the moon.
The monkey drive
listen.
me home than you.
So the thing is, so it lands back.
Yeah.
It does a good job and everything. It gets out. And this
It's
is
sick of bananas.
This is where it turns a bit sad, because after it's done that mission, right? Because it happened and it was all safe and everything. The next one would have been to send man.
Right.
So the monkey enjoyed it, and it was like, well, I want to do it again, right? But they were like,
So how did they know that? How did they know?
just the way it looked and what have you. It was like,
Fuck off! Just the way it looked. You are a maniac.
so the thing is though, right? So after it had done that, it was on such a high, right?
Yeah.
It could never get that high again.
Turned to drugs.
There was nothing that it could
Turned
do.
into
Went on
drugs.
tour, did it?
It sort of ended up killing itself
Aww.
because it could never get that buzz that it
Right,
got.
that was absolute bollocks. None of that is true. Except
Monkey
they sent a monkey
suicide.
into space, and I'll check that. Absolute drivel.
So in your mind, it committed suicide. It went on a crazy bender, drinking drugs and women, and
Like
then
it does happen,
going
you hear
off
about
a
it,
bike.
you
in
hear
a
about it.
motel room.
Overdose. Monkey news. That's good. I like that.
I met Derek Akora the other week,
oh yeah.
right?
Now,
And
who's he? Which one's he?
he's
Is he a medium? He can contact the dead. Is that right?
he just chats to him and that,
Sure.
passes messages on.
Nice of him.
So I said, tell us something a bit weird and that. So he said, what do you want to know? I said, just something weird. So he goes, all right then. He said, here's one for you, right? And he said, there's this pub out in the country. And he said, there's this mug. Do you know those old mugs that they have? Where they used to like leave their own cup knocking
Like a
about, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Tankard thing.
Yeah.
So there was one of them mugs in there, right? And everybody...
Tankard. Let's use tankard if we've
All right,
established
okay,
that's the word.
tankard, yeah.
Because you're the only mug in this story.
Right.
Believing it all.
High five. Great.
So this tankard's
That's a
knocking
cheap
about,
one, Ricky,
right?
come on.
And everyone who's running the pub keeps
do
going,
better.
we should stop leaving this tankard about, right? And they pick it up.
It must be a pain. Having a tiny, small tankard in a pub. That must be a real grind.
So every they sort of picked it up and went, we'll have to wash that, and they popped it on a different sideboard. Next thing you know, that person who's touched it died, right?
Sure.
They must have been getting through bar staff.
So they kept getting a new staff and that. And they were like, what's the connection here? Right?
Everyone's dying that we keep hiring.
Here.
Everyone's
They
dying.
get a vicar in,
Of course they do.
and they go, look, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. This tankard, every time someone touches it, they die.
They
So he said,
die.
leave it with me. He gets his special water out and what have you. He comes round, does a little prayer, sprinkles it. He goes, right, not a problem, don't worry about it. He picks it up, chucks it in the bin. Guess what?
What?
He died?
Dies in a crash on the way because he picked it up.
Well, but Carl, you're telling me this like it's fact, and I'm meant to go, that's
Derek
amazing.
Akora, he told me.
Carl, I have.
Is this real?
I have no opinion of that story. Other
Does
than
anybody know if that story is actually real? That can't be.
I'm pretty sure there was absolutely no connection between touching the tankard and him dying. That's all I'm sure
It's
of.
not just him though, is it? It's-
I'm not going to even contest the chain of events. All I'm saying is there is no connection. There is no connection possible because I believe in logic and the laws of the universe.
Yeah, but what I mean, you never pick up a vibe of like I've got a mate, right, who he's living in this big stately home, right, and he's living in there now. He pays £100 a month. There's about 80 rooms,
Gee.
and
80
it's this big
rooms.
stately house, and what have you. And I went down there. He said, "Oh, come down, and have a look," right. And from outside, you go, "Oh, this is brilliant. It's like something out of, like the Man of Born or something." You go, "This is impressive," but then when you get in, it's like it's a wreck, and we go in, and all the floors are like a wreck and rotten and stuff, and I looked at the wall, and there was like a little piece of paper stuck on the wall, right? And I said, what's this here? So I wandered over, right? Got right up close to it, and somebody had wrote it.
Somebody had wrote it?
No.
Somebody had wrote it.
Somebody wrote it.
Right, go on,
So
sorry.
there's a little sign there, right? And I go up to it, and it says flies, right? With an arrow. Flies, like flies this way, right? I think that's a bit weird. So I follow the arrow, right? Which goes to this corner where there's a shelf. About 3,000 dead flies on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Condom stuck on the top. That's weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
That is weird. Right? So I'm looking at that.
There's no way it's a condom on top of a pile of 3,000 dead flies. Come on.
There's loads of stuff on the floor and that bits of paper. Picked up this bit of paper, right? And it had, like in biro and that, it looked really old, like it'd been there years. And it had something like, need nappies, dummy, right? Blankets.
Okay.
Like all this, like all stuff for, like, and I turned it over, right? And it said, none of this now needed, baby dead.
Right.
Now that's weird, isn't it? Now that's what I'm talking about when you get a bad vibe. You go, that's who's been in here.
It's bad vibe. It's just based on the fact that
your mate's in charge.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I mean, yeah, so it's like saying, are we scared of the dark? Yes, I understand why people are scared of the dark. I'm a little bit scared of the dark. You're walking along.
Because you don't know what's in it.
Yeah, you don't know what's in the darkness. That's why people get nervous. It doesn't mean you have to make the leap then that you've got some paranormal sense. Oh my God, I'm Carl Pilkington, and hang on, just like Derek Acora, I have sensed something strange and evil in this room. Wait a minute, there's some flies in a condom. I was right all along.
That is weird.
Flies in a Johnny.
Flies in a condom.
Madness.
The flies in a condom was weird.
It's weird. I don't know.
But the note.
Yeah.
I just think of his face when he saw that, reading it by torchlight. You must have been terrified.
It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I love Ricky. Ricky's laugh is got to be one of the best laughs of all time. Wow. Well, everyone, that's episode 1. Oh my gosh, this is a great show. How did I not watch this before? Because I love Carl Pilkington, I love Ricky. Stephen Merchant's a legend as well. Like I said, I loved An Idiot Abroad. And this is just, it's pure humor. And if you've never watched Carl Pilkington before, this is Carl. He's authentic, he's himself, he has these weird thoughts in his head. And he's just, he's an interesting human being. Like, I wish I could see the world the way Carl Pilkington does. It's just amazing. And like I said before, I love Carl. Sending love to everyone in the comment section. Send love to Carl. He's just an amazing person. I hope he's doing well. I haven't heard much about him since he had like a show. He made his own show. I watched it on like Roku, but I think it was on like Sky or something in England. But yeah, I hope he's doing well. But oh my gosh, my favorite was the Monkey News. Monkey News, I hope that's a recurring segment on the show because that is hilarious. Like the monkey is being told, has headphones. Oh yeah, hit the green button. Okay, banana pops up. Oh yeah, hit the left button. Take a left. Its face. Oh, yeah, just hit a left, and then at the intersection, take a right to get to the moon. Oh my goodness me. The way he sees the world is amazing. Well, alright, that's it for this reaction video. Like I said, we're going to do every single episode of The Ricky Gervais Show, so if you love this video, smash that like button, give me a subscribe if you want. Click that bell icon so you're notified when I do post a video or go live on the channel as well. Because we're going to do all 3 seasons of this. This is going to be so much fun. And expect about twice a week we'll drop these videos. Maybe more if I have time, but for sure twice a week. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for watching. And I always like to end any video I do by saying it's such a crazy world out there. So I'm sending all my love. You probably can't see that, but it says love back there. Sending all my love from me to you and to everybody around the world that could use some love right now. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing okay. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, night, evening, weekend, whatever day it is for you. And we'll see you next time on the Ricky Gervais Show. Thank you so much, everybody.